Passionate, driven, enthusiastic, euphoric. This is who we are as entrepreneurs. But how we leverage these incredible attributes to dream and build businesses that scale and grow is what this podcast is all about. Hello, I'm attorneypreneur Josh Brown, and welcome to Franchise Euphoria. Hello, everybody. Josh Brown here. Welcome back to another Franchise Euphoria tip of the day. As you know, with these tips and with these interviews, the entire purpose of this whole franchise euphoria model is to really help you, the entrepreneur, dream with intention and build with strategy and grow profitably. Whether or not you're growing a non-franchised small business, whether you're looking at turning your business into a franchise, whether you're looking to buy a franchise, this is the podcast to provide you educational information and guidance along the way. As always, I love to hear from you, so please don't be bashful. Reach out, email me, josh@franchiseeuphoria.com. The last several weeks, I've started off the tips by just reading some of the listener comments, which I love. So I'm going to read a few more of them today. The first one is from Ashana. It says, amazing, 5 stars. This is a much needed service for entrepreneurs. Thank you, Ashana. Thank you for listening. Next one is from another attorney, Leland, who gives it 5 stars and says, as an attorney, I know firsthand that people interested in franchising need to know what they are getting into. This podcast will definitely help them do that. Thank you, Leland. Really appreciate that. A third one from Entrepreneur on Fire, I think Mr. John Lee Dumas. To anyone who is considering starting a franchise, wow, this is the podcast for you. Josh packs in the actionable content right at the top and doesn't slow down. Love it. Thank you, Mr. Dumas. Really appreciate that. Well, today we are going to focus on something that I think is super, super important for every small business. And that is why every small business should model franchises, even if they don't want to be a business. So here's the thing. I get it. You might not have any interest in franchising your business or in buying a franchise. You may want to grow your business organically with a local grassroots effort. Maybe you don't want to pay royalties or a large upfront fee, and you certainly don't want to incur the cost of transforming your business into a franchise. It's just not for you. And the reality is franchising is not for everyone. And it is much better that you understand this at the outset as opposed to trying to figure it out and going into it half-heartedly. But here's the thing. Even if you don't like franchising, you must run your business like a franchise to maximize your efforts and your profits. And in order to do this, you must work to systemize your business. When you systemize your business, you spend less time on the day-to-day tasks, which ultimately frees up your time so you can spend it in a way most beneficial to you and your business. Every business can be better with franchise-like systems. So what are these systems? Well, there are many, but they are all captured in a large and ever important operations manual. Every good franchise system creates an operations manual that documents the who, what, when, where, how, and why of the business. This manual is the Bible of the business, the document that the owner must be intimately familiar with and must convey the importance of following it to his or her employees and staff. But for your purposes, in operating perhaps one business, there are some things such as site selection criteria and lease approval and grand opening procedures that really won't apply because you're not running a franchise. Essentially, an operations manual for a non-franchised single location business should include the following 6 key sections. First, personnel. Second, daily operating procedures. Third, sales procedures. Fourth, marketing. Fifth, additional resources. And 6, management documents. And don't worry, you don't have to, pull off to the side of the road or try to hastily write this stuff down. I've got all this stuff for you. and a total breakdown of these 6 key sections in a detailed workshop or worksheet on my website. So go to indiefranchiselaw.com and scroll down the right side, and you will see something that says how to run your business like a franchise with a cool little picture underneath. Just click on that picture and it'll take you right to this worksheet for free. Trust me, this will be valuable to your business. So please do that when you have the chance. Each one of these sections is important as the other. Together, they make up a complete manual that can be a central source for you and your employees to follow to ensure that you are operating your business consistently, predictably, efficiently, and hopefully profitably. Just like all other important parts of your business, you will need to conduct an annual review or audit of your operations manual and make changes where necessary. No business is able to set things in place and forget it. This is merely a detailed roadmap that captures the essence of your business and clearly defines all roles, structures, and operations. Once you go through the painful process of getting all of that great knowledge out of your head and onto paper, you have the beginning of an operations manual and are on your way to creating a franchise-like business. As Michael Gerber eloquently stated in his wonderful book, The E-Myth Revisited, quote, "The entrepreneur is not really interested in doing the work. He is interested in creating the way the company operates." End quote. That is so true. As the inventor, you must create the systems and then the manual for others to follow and capitalize on your creation. Be the entrepreneur, create the business, but most importantly, create the operations that run the business. Not every business is meant to be a franchise, nor should it be, but every business is meant to be profitable. And the best way to get there is through systems, processes, and procedures. The best franchise businesses understand this and work daily to continuously fine-tune and get better. Begin to operate your small business as a franchise, and you will soon see the advantages that this great system of growth offers for businesses of any size. So if this resonates with you at all, or you find this valuable, again, just go to my website, indiefranchiselaw.com, scroll down on the right-hand side, and you will eventually come to a part where you see how to run your business like a franchise, and just click on the cool little picture underneath it, and it'll take you right to that worksheet. I hope that this episode has been valuable to you. I would love to hear from more of you. You know, I think that these tips are pretty good, pretty valuable. I know that a lot of people get a lot of value from the interviews, and I'm just trying to decide if the format I should maintain is, you know, the interview on Thursdays and the franchise tip on Tuesdays. I had considered going to doing one featured interview a month, and then the rest of them just me on there doing episodes all around entrepreneurship and franchising and building and scaling businesses and buying businesses and so forth. But I'm not sure if that's what y'all want. I think you like the consistency of the interviews, but I would love to hear from you as it relates to that. So please don't be bashful. Reach out to me, josh@franchiseeuphoria.com, and let me know what you're thinking. And after you go and download this worksheet, let me know what you think of it. I always like to hear feedback, good and bad, so that I can improve upon things and make things more valuable to you so that it helps you on your journey. Well, again, thanks so much. You can look forward to a great interview this Thursday, and look forward to another tip of the day on next Tuesday. So until the next time, good luck with all your entrepreneur endeavors, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for being with us today on the Franchise Euphoria podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go to iTunes and provide a review. Also, please remember that although Josh Brown is a licensed and practicing attorney, nothing contained in this podcast should be construed as legal advice, because it is not. The information contained in this podcast is general and educational in nature, and none of it should be relied upon as legal advice. That being said, if you have questions for Josh and would like to contact him, please email him at josh@franchiseeuphoria.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you tune in to our next weekly episode.